how you can attract an amazing man when you focus on respect. So in my last video, Why Men Crave Respect, I talked about the primal need of men to feel respect within a relationship, and that is something that has been baked into them for thousands of years, because of our tribal history and how establishing their place in the hierarchy was of utmost importance. So basically, what that means is, if you want to find a strong man who's going to be a provider, who's going to care for you, who's going to lead and show up and is fun and exciting, like someone who you can really count on, then learning already in the dating process how to be respectful to a man can make you distinguish from so many other women, because unfortunately many women have no idea about this and just communicate or treat men in an unconscious way that repels them. So how this works is that when I talk about respecting a man, I don't mean submitting. I don't mean being like the 1950s housewives who is in the kitchen, waiting for her husband. What I mean with this is to be connected to your feminine softness, be emotionally mature, and know how to express your needs, your viewpoints, your perspectives in a peaceful way. That's what respect is. So really learning the style of communicating where if you have a conflict, you have an issue, you can just calmly explain what's going on for you, and really focus on your feelings and sharing that. That is, nonviolent communication in itself. Further, though, is also that you understand that in the modern way of relating, women are just accustomed to treating men like their children or little boys. That's not how to interact with men in general. Don't do this to your dad, don't do this to your boss, don't do this to any other man in your life. That means things like don't belittle him in front of others. That could be, it could be very sweet of you to be like, honey, do you still need your lunch or something? And he's gonna feel like so embarrassed because that's treating him like a little child, or fussing over him with, I don't know, what he has to wear, or maybe telling him off in front of others that he didn't load the dishwasher correctly, or making jokes about him that are just stabbing, or talking about his failures in public, like all these things make a man feel like you don't take him seriously, and you think that he's some sort of like weakling or like a little child. Don't do all these things. And in dating, obviously, you can already apply this, right? Like, don't be, for example, utterly concerned about that he's all right. He's a guy. He can say if things don't work for him. Let him choose some dates. Let him sometimes pay, maybe not all the time, but, let him step into this masculine role, and it's good. Be interested in his perspective, and don't think that you have to show him what an independent and strong woman you are. If you are an independent and strong woman like me, he's gonna feel it. Do you know what I mean? That's just what we radiate. We don't have to tell them like 5,000 times, because that just seems like armor that we put around us. They think, okay, she's so independent, I guess she doesn't need me. Be grateful, say thank you. Sort of like if he does something nice to you, just be kind and be like, hey, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Be more soft in general, and also let him know that you really would like a partner and that you really appreciate men in your life. That alone will make you a big difference to women who sort of like make it a big point to tell men that they don't need them, or that, sort of like masculinity is toxic and so they want to have like a feminist guy or something. I'm not saying that, I'm also love women's rights and liberation, and I'm passionate about all these things, but at the same time, I love the masculine and know that they have been really burned the last years, and that they really, if you tell him basically men are bad and you know, we should eradicate him from this world. I mean, imagine how it makes them feel, right? It's just common sense. But unfortunately, it's a culture right now, you know, that it's sort of like cool, but also women think that if they talk about these things, they attract a good man, but actually not. And also, you know, I'm again not saying to not have standards. Not what I'm saying at all. You should have good standards, you know, and you should express your needs, but do it in a respectful way. Do it in a kind way. And yeah, if he's not a good guy, then weed him out 100%. But if you have a good man, this is a surefire way to keep him in your life, because you're presenting yourself as the feminine woman who actually wants to be with such a man and who wants to open herself up, because that's what men really want from us. They want us to open up to them and, you know, take them in energetically, see them, appreciate them for who they are. That's what they want from us. So I hope you found this video helpful. And if you want to learn more about this, you can download my free ebook, The Secret Guide to Satisfying Relationships. I also give monthly free webinars over the Conscious Relationship School over on Meetup. You can also check that out. And of course, you can work on one with me in my coaching programs. All right. Have such a good time, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.